Teen Grind, how you living? This kid ready to kid now back on the reaction video for the reaction to it's the top 20 best anime of the decade. You found my channel the first time. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this on social medias. Follow me on Instagram @Android with a 2.kid_. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what's your reaction next, man. Shout out to all the Shaolin ninjas out there. I also have a CashApp or donate to the channel. Have a check out link for the description below. Top 20 anime of the decade, man. That's insane. What new anime did I watch a decade that just captivated me? I'll say My Hero Academia just did, and I'll say Demon Slayer definitely did. Those two animes right there. While I watched one episode, I had to immediately watch the next episode. Attack on Titan. I'm thinking Fire Force. Yeah, I'm trying to think of the new anime, the new anime. Well, those are the main big three for me. Leave in the comment section who is your new big three. But enough of me talking. Let's get into this video.
Magical Girls, Shonen Epics, and JoJo. What an amazing 10 years it's been! I'm Ashley with Watch Mojo, and these are our picks for the top 20 anime of the decade. That's right, people, we're tackling the big one, counting down the truly exceptional anime that has come out between 2010 and 2019, just as we're on the cusp of reaching the new year. Keep in mind, this list is purely subjective given the monstrous amount of series out there, so be sure to comment with your own choices below. Also, we won't be including any anime movies, otherwise your name would be on this list.
あの日、星が降った日。それはまるで
夢の景色のように、ただひたすらに。
And let your voice be heard. Follow me on Twitter @AshJBo and tell me what your favorite anime of the last decade was. I'll be waiting. Before we get to the list, I want to show you the game everyone's talking about, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is a turn-based RPG done right. As if Trigger weren't going to make the cut.
And for the search, straight!
Sewing together the narrative madness the studio is known for, fluid visuals, a blistering soundtrack, and some delectably enjoyable ecchi. Ryuko's mission to avenge her father with her talking sailor uniform and giant scissor blade is a true feast for the eyes. One that still manages to inject a great deal of care, warmth, and development to its cast, especially when it comes to its two leading ladies. So don't lose your way, remember all clothing is evil, and make sure you swear fealty to Best Girl Satsuki while you're at it.
Just as I thought, Kamuis are quite powerful. You have my attention, Ryuko Matoi.
Number 19, Psycho Pass.
Activating Dominator Portable Psychological Diagnosis and Suppression System. Now online.
Is the price of all-encompassing safety truly worth it? Does mandatory happiness equal a brighter, better society? Welcome to the future, one run by the Sybil system, where your very emotions are continually monitored, where any discrepancies could lead to your imprisonment or possible death. Turns out, even a so-called paradise like this requires the arm of the law to help root out those whose crime coefficient exceeds Sybil's diagnostics, leading the likes of lone wolf enforcer Kogami and fresh-faced detective Akane to hunt down those who are unable to cope in the New World Order, all the while having to deal with the very real prospect that society itself might have changed.
Sorry,
for the
I'll
worse.
do animes right here.
Number 18, Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba. Slicing its way onto the scene and breathing new life into the shonen genre in the process, Tanjiro's desperate quest to save his sister from her hellish fate turned out to be lightning in a bottle.
Yeah, I know, boy.
Of course, with such a likable set of swordsmen and the almighty animation talents of Ufotable at the helm, it's not hard to see why. Following his family's demise and his siblings' sudden transformation, Tanjiro finds himself joining the ranks of the Demon Slayer Corps, protecting innocents from harm while also seeking out a way to reverse Nezuko's monstrous condition. Between the incredible action sequences and everything that Inosuke does, this has the potential to become a modern classic. Number 17, Mobile Suit Gundam Unicorn.
恐れるな。自分の中の可能性を信じて力を尽くせば道はおのずと開ける。
To say the Gundam franchise has exploded over the last 10 years would be a gross understatement. From Age, Build Fighters, Thunderbolts, The Origin, all the way to Iron-Blooded Orphans, there's been no shortage of mobile suits battling out as of late. Alas, our pick has to go to Banija and the Unicorn Gundam, not only for the scale of its space battles and the beauty of its crisp visuals, but because it feels like a true successor to the original Mobile Suit Gundam series, fitting in just after the events of Char's counterattack. The terrible nature of war, the numerous and grisly death scenes that plague both sides, they even have their own literal Char clone. Number 16, Devilman Crybaby. Between Ping Pong the Animation and the Tatami Galaxy, there was a lot to choose from as far as Masaki Yuasa's canon of work. While both those titles are exquisite examples of anime that incorporate style and substance in equal measure, we're of the opinion that his best outing was his personal take on Go Nagai's apocalyptically enthralling magnum opus. After being forcibly transformed from meek beanpole to demon hybrid, Akira decides to massacre the monsters that would seek to harm humans, only to soon discover that humanity itself is the biggest monster of them all. Prepare yourself, this one doesn't hold back on shock value. Number 15, Erased. A murder mystery, time travel, and one man's desire to save his childhood friends from the cruelest of fates.
'88.
Yep, this one took every feel we had and crushed them. Following on from the revelation that he can transport himself into the body of his younger self, Satoru endeavors to change history and prevent his classmates from being abducted and killed by a serial kidnapper. While the expertly woven whodunit will keep you guessing right up until that soul-stealing reveal, Satoru's determination to protect Kaio not only from her future demise, but also her traumatic family life will leave you in tatters.
We should come back in summer and see it. Our Christmas tree.
Number 14, Made in Abyss. It's the fantasy that managed to break the mold with its premise, while also captivating us with its transition from light-hearted adventure to the direst of survival stories.
レグ、これが私たちの住む町、大穴の町、オースだよ。オースへようこそ、レグ。
In order to find her missing mother, a young cave raider named Rico partners up with amnesiac-stricken cyborg Reg as they venture into the colossal chasm known as the Abyss, only to find the nightmares within are more than either of them bargained
so bad
for.
I don't know any
Between the unbalanced inhabitants,
I recognize two of
variety
them.
of
That's
monsters
sad.
lurking in each level,
fell off my
and the
anime
fact
game.
that neither of our young leads have any kind of plot armor, this one will grab you by the throat and refuse to let go. Number 13, Violet Evergarden. With but a typewriter and a lingering curiosity to uncover the meaning behind the words "I love you," Miss Evergarden managed to enrapture us completely.
よく似合ってるよ。やっぱり俺の見立てに間違いはなかった。
Following the end of her career as a tool of war, as well as the loss of her beloved commander, Violet finds herself thrown into the role of Auto Memory Doll, a ghostwriter with the sole purpose of taking a client's suppressed feelings and beautifully articulating them onto paper. Through her interactions with her new co-workers and clients, we're not only treated to some truly beautiful stories, but also get to see Violet regain her humanity piece by piece. And oh, what a joy it is to behold.
ご覧になられましたか？散歩は歩いていたと思います。旦那様。
Number 12, March comes in like a lion.
嘘だ。
Ah, and you thought we were just gonna get a show about some guy playing shogi, but instead got a masterclass in character study, an exploration of grief, maturity, and how the connections we make between people are sometimes all we need to finally free ourselves from sorrow. In the aftermath of his family's death, teenager Ray shelters himself from the world by throwing himself into shogi. Crippled by his emotional turmoil, at least until he finds himself unwittingly fostering new relationships with his classmates, as well as the three Kawamoto sisters, whose kindness slowly but surely managed to ease him through his trauma.
僕がついてる。
レイちゃん。
一生かかってでも。
Number 11, Mob Psycho 100. He's the nicest guy you'll ever meet, who just wants to find some friends. Oh, and he's also an Esper that can devastate everything if his emotions ever reach 100%. That's Mob's life for you. One divided between trying to better himself socially, while also helping his conman friend Reagan deal with any wayward spirits that try to pick a fight. While these psychically charged battles are practically mind-bending at times with their presentation, what makes this series strike such a chord is Mob's interactions with those around him, and that even when facing evil Esper organizations, he'll always strive to find peaceful solutions. Bless this cinnamon roll and his god-tier telekinesis.
そうだ。僕だって気持ちを伝えたい人がいるんだ。
Number 10, Haikyuu.
強くなれ。
There had to be a sports series on here somewhere, and while we were spoiled for choice given the genre's numerous gems, we had to give it up for the boys from Karasuno High's volleyball club, who managed to spike their way into our hearts thanks to its endearing cast of young hopefuls, gorgeous animation, and the fact they managed to take something like volleyball and turn it into a breathtaking spectacle. Watching Hinata and Kageyama push themselves to become better athletes, that final showdown with Shiratorizawa, all of it will turn you into a rabid fan by the end, cheering on the flightless crows as they make their mark. Number 9, My Hero Academia. It's the juggernaut that continues to deconstruct while paying homage to the cliches that make superheroes so beloved by many.
Young man, you too can become a hero.
Set in a world where the majority of the population are imbued with otherworldly powers, it falls to the once quirkless Deku to rise up to the challenge as the world's next greatest hero. Between the student hijinks of Class 1A, commentary on hero society as a whole, the clashes with the League of Villains, as well as the beautifully woven character development, there's a reason why each new season of this show continues to be a seasonal event. Plus Ultra.
United States of
Young Midoriya.
Number 8. Madoka Magica. There have been many who have tried to twist and subvert the magical girl genre, and while there have been a few valiant attempts, none have come close to measuring up to the hauntingly beautiful tale conjured up by Master of Broken Fields, Gen Urobuchi.
Can I really change how this ends? Of course you can. Just make a contract with me and become a magical girl.
While an encounter with an adorable wishmaker sounds like the chance the shy Madoka and her friends have been looking for, they soon learn that there are consequences for living out a fantasy life, and that even the purest of intentions can be corrupted. It's a true game changer, one that isn't afraid to shatter any and all preconceptions, no matter how much misery it brings our colorful heroines.
I was stupid. So stupid.
Number 7. Showa Roku Rakugo Shinju.
師匠おいらあんたに捨てられたらどうにもならねえんだよ何もなくなっちまうんだそうかい
Something of a cultural phenomenon that managed to shake up the anime scene with its potent drama, bittersweet characterization, and skillful narrative accessibility to the ancient art of Rakugo storytelling. We can't do enough justice as to just how unique, fulfilling, and wonderfully recognized this series is. After a former Yakuza serves his time, he sets out into the world in order to become a Rakugo performer, now under the strained tutelage of a rather unwilling master practitioner. Fueled by the conflict both on and off stage, this one truly is something special.
あとね師匠もう一つずっと言いたかったことがあるんすなんだいスケロクを継がせてください
Number 6. One Punch Man. Say what you will about the rather lackluster reception of Season 2, The Strongest Hero's original outing was pretty much hype incarnate.
Yeah, what can be expected from a hero?
Focusing on the antics of a caped crusader with the strength to decimate any villain with but a single swipe of his fist, this series managed to balance crazy action sequences, absurd hilarity, as well as the tricky tightrope that is maintaining tension in spite of the fact we all know there's nothing in the cosmos that can stop Saitama and his doomsday knuckle sandwich. Take every anime convention you think you know and prepare for it to get smashed to pieces with just one punch.
Killer Move Serious Series. A serious punch.
Number 5. Fate Zero. The Urobuchi strikes again. Only this time, he's taken the already savage nature of the Fateverse and somehow managed to push it to the very apex of dark and depressing.
I will discover
ball
whatever it
shitty.
is you're hiding, Saber.
Taking place during the Fourth Holy Grail War, this prequel once again illustrates the many fantastical battles between various human masters and their servants summoned from ages past. While the fight scenes are true spectacles thanks to Ufotable's god-tier animation, Zero's relentless exploration of the worst that mankind has to offer will undoubtedly stain your soul by the end. Why must you make us suffer with your genius, Urobuchi?
No. You are the fool. I can't understand.
Number 4. Steins Gate. As far as sci-fi epics go, few have ever come close to matching this show's caliber, wit, and world building.
And rest assured, when next we meet, I shan't be caught off guard so easily. Very well.
Wait,
Upon the realization that he can send texts back to the past via a microwave, Rintaro and his gaggle of colleagues, misfits, and legendary best girl Kurisu think they've cracked the greatest scientific discovery of all time. And they have. And now they're gonna pay for it. Whether it's mysterious corporations gunning for their lives, or trying to find a way to beat death through time jumps, the way the narrative spirals, contorts, and ultimately resolves easily earned it the mantle of one of modern anime's greatest.
Hear me, privileged companions. Time is ours. Oh, in Kyoma's mind recognizes no limits. Neither does his reach.
Number 3, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure series. From Phantom Blood to Golden Wind, from Jonathan's Diamond Chin all the way to Jono's accompanying piano, JoJo Mania has managed to infiltrate every corner of the anime scene in the mere blink of an eye, and we couldn't be happier. With each series chronicling the tragedies and triumphs of the Joestar bloodline, every iteration has brought its own unique flair, setting, and fabulous dress sense.
Yeah.
Whether you're all about Joseph and his outlandish sense of comedic timing, Jotaro and his penchant for punches, or Josuke and his divine hairdo, there's truly a JoJo experience out there for everyone. Number 2, Attack on Titan. What started off as a brutal and uncompromising dark fantasy has since propelled itself to legendary status, all thanks to its medley of visceral action, fascinating premise, and gradual narrative maturity. With humanity close to extinction due to the endless hunger of giant cannibalistic creatures known as Titans, it falls to a small core
Attack
to
on Titan
slay
probably be
the
number 1.
beasts
Oh,
that slowly
never mind.
reclaim mankind's grip on the world. At least until they discover that there's just as much danger behind the walls. After all, humans that are willing to take their sacrilegious secrets to the grave are deadlier than any Titan. Look, once you see Levi strut his stuff, you're gonna be hooked either way. Before we reveal what the greatest anime of the decade is, here's a few honorable mentions that demand to be viewed.
Don't get cocky, you bastards! 朝になったのに、悪夢が覚めてくれない。
俺は別に正義のヒーローでもなんでもねえ。けどな、仲間を傷つけるやつは許さねえぞ。
私調べておいたから。
Oh, I gotta see number 1 is.
高校生女子。 接客業で
I gotta know who number 1
男性
is.
とおしゃべりしたりお散歩したりするバイトなんだって。かなりの時給でしょ。そうだけど。
Oh, surprise Parasite isn't on here. Dragon Ball Super.
It's your sin!
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure to go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Hunter x Hunter. It might come across as your average light-hearted shonen at first glance, but as any fan knows, Gon's goal to become a hunter and find his father is utterly exceptional in just about everything it does.
そんな目で見つめないでよ。興奮しちゃうじゃないか。
The character progression of its leads, the intricacies of its power system, the way it approaches each story arc and flips every convention on its head, the scale of the fights, how each villain is the furthest thing from generic, and perhaps most importantly, how it managed to elevate Gon punching a humanoid cat's face to the anime equivalent of a Renaissance painting. Honestly, our biggest complaint is we may never see a sequel series even if we wait another decade.
道草を楽しみ大いにね欲しいものより大切なものがきっとそっちに転がってる
Anyway, that's our picks. Remember to follow me on Twitter and let me know what your favorite anime of the decade is. And let's hope for another decade of excellent anime. Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Yeah, do y'all agree with that list? To be honest with you, maybe I'm sleeping on Hunter x Hunter, but I saw like the first 10 episodes of it. I didn't think much of it. Maybe I gotta go back and watch it again. Hunter x Hunter being #1, like that's a shocker to me. I definitely thought it was gonna be something like My Hero Academia or Attack on Titans. I'm surprised Parasite wasn't even on here. Much as people talk about it. Well, that's in this video. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share this on social medias. Remember, ever since grind season, underground takeover, man. Let's get it. And I'm also shocked that One Punch Man wasn't #1 either. All right.